we finally made it to the other half, and the first thing I see is inside the building here. This is the Alfa Romeo dealership. It used to be the Bugatti dealership back in the day, and I believe I see a Rimac Nevera, the first one I've ever seen. So let's check this thing out. It looks absolutely insane from back here. Guys, check this out. The Rimac Nevera. Look at this thing. All electric insanity. Take a look at this thing. Yeah, so that's the Rimac Nevera. That thing just looks absolutely insane for an electric car. First, let's check out everything on this side. So the Ferrari dealership, Mclaren, Lamborghini a little farther down. And once we take a look at those, we're gonna head over to Pagani and see what they got over there. Check this out. These are the two new 6-cylinder ones, the 296 GTB, I believe, and then the Spider version over there. I'm not a huge fan of these. I guess maybe I just don't like the idea of them. But still, really good looking cars in person nonetheless, especially the color on this one. It's like a steel silver, kind of like a brown undertone to it. Real nice, especially with the red seats. Check that out. Very modern. You can see it's taking a lot of stuff from the Roma. All right, we're here in probably my favorite place in all of Greenwich, the Ferrari dealer. And check this out. Scuderia, Speciale, 1, 2, 3 Speciales and a Challenge Stradale. That is nuts, just all Speciales back here. Got the yellow one. Check this out, the Aperta. Got the white one, the red behind it. And here's the third one. Looks like a Speciale from back there, but it is a P-Stuff 488. Check that out. Check out that color. Take a look at this, the Scuderia and the blue one. Check these out as well. 599. Look at that dash. You got the paint match on the dash. It's so cool. But the brown, the deep brown chocolate, beautiful. Right next to the hardtop, 812s back there. A TDF. Check this out. So one thing I didn't notice on the earlier TDF at the other show is this whole back part here, this carbon fiber. And I didn't notice that on the other one. It just looked kind of black from a distance, but up close, man, that is so cool. Check out this 812 Competizione. Love the Italian flag down at the bottom with the red interior. This is probably one of my favorite specs I've seen so far. Then next to it you have the topless one. Check this one out. I love this one. It's like a white moonstone, kind of a pearlescent color with the green on there. That looks so good with the green interior. Check that out, green and white interior. Damn. Man, this has got to be probably one of my favorite specs I've ever seen on this car. It's got the American flag on this side, which is kind of cool. Man, such a nice spec. We got the cool engines over here. And then over there, the room that one day I'll sit in and spec my own. Now let's see what's back here. Check these out. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, the race car over here. That is just nuts. That is so cool. But before I look at that, look at this. The SF90 in green. Never seen one of these in green. Look at that. That is insane. And then check this one out as well. The SF90, I believe this is the Stradale. That is sick with the spoiler. Never seen one of these in person. I've only even seen a couple pictures of it. Oh man, look at this thing. Check that out with the orange. Yeah, so this is the SF90 XX Stradale. Check this thing out. That's insane. Check out the orange hood scoops on there. The vents, the wheels. Real insane. Take a look at the inside. Look at those seats with the harnesses. Again, just like the other one, a lot of inspiration taken from the Roma with the new tech. But man, does this thing look insane. And the spoiler is just wild. Check that out. I didn't think I'd like it with the spoiler, but man, the rear of that car is just insanity. Yeah, so that's the Ferrari dealership. Just insane. Insane cars. Now we're gonna check out the McLarens behind us, see what they got, see what they're all about. And yeah, like I said, Greenwich is just a whole nother ball game. Like you think you got money, then there's Greenwich, which is just exotic after exotic dealership all next to each other. Yeah, let's take a look at the McLaren dealership, see what they got. Yeah, check out this 570S. The color on this thing is so nuts. It's like a opal silver blue. And there's this one next to it, slightly different shade of silver, but still really cool. Check out the color on this. It's like all black, but you got the purple and blue like at the front. Like, look at that. That is the coolest paint job I think I've ever seen on a McLaren. Check this spec out too. The white, silver, black, and red. That is nuts. That is just nuts. I feel like I've said like every single car at this show has been nuts, but like it really has been. Like every single car has pretty much been nuts. This one with the red, white, gray. Really cool. It kind of has like a Zonda vibe to it, like the old Zondas. Really cool. You got the P1 here, tucked away in the corner. Got another one, another one, another one, another one. Just all Sennas everywhere. Ridiculous. But check these two out. Paint matched blues. You got the Senna in the blue right next to the P1. Really cool matching cars. Check that interior out. The interior is just so sick. I mean, the window is just like the coolest part too, because you pretty much don't have a window. You just have a tiny little slit here. Isn't that the coolest thing? And you got the other one here, the gray with the orange. Real nice on this one too. A lot of orange trim on this one. Very similar to that spec we saw at the other half of the show on the 750. Real cool. It's like the same kind of vibe to it. Really awesome color. And then this one. Oh, check this one. It's like a light gray, but with red carbon fiber. Check that out. That is insanity. The red carbon is just so cool. Yeah, you don't see red carbon too much, but man, it looks so good. Man, I love the whole top part in the red carbon. It's just so cool. And then here is the other one, the one with the paint color. Yeah, check that out. That is the coolest paint, again, I've ever seen on a McLaren. Look at that. You got the paint bits there, and on the top there, really cool on this one. Yeah, check that out. And then this whole side of the car is just colored. That is so cool. That is the sickest paint job. Probably the coolest spec Senna I've ever seen. All right, as usual, McLaren dealership does not disappoint. All of like 5 Sennas just all next to each other. Check out a bunch of Ferraris back there, probably the ones that are actual customers' cars for sale, including the Ferrari 360, which I'm gonna own in a couple years. Yeah, there are some of the cool, I'm guessing, customer cars or maybe service cars. But yeah, check out that little red 360 with the tan interior. A couple years, that one's mine. Got a nice convertible over there. But those blues, the 1, 2, 3 blues over there, real nice, real beautiful. So that's gonna be it for the Ferrari and McLaren dealers. Insane stuff. To see all those Sennas at once is just ridiculous. The color changing one is nuts. You have the one that's kind of the red, gray, white, black one. Kind of reminds me of that famous F1 car, the MP4. Really cool spec there. The paint matched P1 with the Senna, also really awesome. So let's go check out the Zonda, because that thing's just been calling me all day. Oh, Ferrari Greenwich. I'll be back to buy a car from you one day. Mark my words, I will be back. Oh, but check that out. Before we head over there, before we go, I gotta check this red car out right here. The ultimate dream car for me. The ultimate dream car. The 812 GTS. I gotta take a look at this thing. Look at this thing, the 812 GTS. I'm telling you, like, of all Ferraris, of all dream cars, like, this is the one. The 812 GTS. Man, I want this car so badly. Like, it's just such a classic spec too. Like, nothing too fancy, just a basic red tan interior. You got the hand painted Scuderia shields there. Man, just check that out. Absolutely love this spec. And my favorite thing is you could smell the leather too. Like, even from standing all the way back here, you can still smell it. It's just nuts. 812 GTS. Dream car. Absolute dream car. Man, look at that paint. Looks so good. Like, the Competizione is just nuts, but this thing with the top down, this is the one for me. One day. Check that out. The Murcielago. Look at that. God damn. Guys, I missed it. We had a 4th purple car. 812 GTS in purple. I hope it drives back around so I can show you guys. It'll be the 4th purple car of the day. Hopefully that purple one will drive by again. All I got is a tiny little glimpse of a picture, but if I could really see that purple GTS again, man, that would be insanity. Man, Greenwich just never fails to disappoint. Like, most places they'll shut down like 1 or 2 parking lots for a car show. Both Greenwich, the entire town turns into a car show. Like, one half of Greenwich has a car show right now. This half of Greenwich has pretty much the entire street as a car show. You got exotics coming up and down. You got a McLaren over there. You got a nice M2 parked over here. You got a Ferrari FF coming out from over there, followed by a G-Wagon across from the Bentleys and the Zondas. It's just insanity, man. Insane. The M3 over there. Beautiful. Check this out as well. The new M2. I can actually show you guys up close. Now, I've been very vocal about not liking this car. Still cool to see in person, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I've been very vocal about not being a huge fan of it. I still prefer my OG M2. Right in front of you, you got a nice M3. Now, here's the M2. The paint's nice. Like, the paint color, real nice color on the M2. And I think if you get the new M2, this is the only color to get it in, is either the red or the black. Not a huge fan of the blue. Like I said, been very vocal about not being a huge fan of this car, but still, there you go. Nonetheless, cool to see. Yeah, check out this legend as well, the MC12. Look how long that thing is. That is insane. Look at the back of that. You know what this car reminds me of? Reminds me of Andrew and Tristan Tate's red Maserati. But man, like, can you blame them? Like, look at this thing. It looks so good in red. Like, it just looks like a proper Italian machine. That thing is just so cool. So nuts with the whole carbon roof. Interior, very cool. Very Italian. Beautiful. Beautiful machine. So next is the Pagani dealer. So we're gonna see what kind of cool stuff they have at this one. This is the one with all the Zondas that have been calling me pretty much all day. Really excited to see these, probably more than anything else here, just because they're so rare. I've only ever seen a couple of them in my life. The first one I actually saw in England, which is kind of cool, but here they are. Let's flip the camera. All right, so looking at it close, it's actually not a Zonda. From a distance, it looks like one, but it's actually not a Zonda. Check this thing out. This is the new Pagani. Check that thing out. That is ridiculous. Yeah, the new Pagani Utopia. Absolutely ridiculous, this thing. Man, it's like you want to get close to it. You really can't, because like everyone wants to get a picture of it just because it's so cool. It's so new. So like no one is going next to it. But man. Check that out. That's the new Utopia in full carbon. That is so nuts. Full carbon fiber Utopia. Like a light gray interior. And check out the mirrors on that thing. Wheels, classic Pagani. Headlights, classic Pagani. Everything about this just screams Pagani, but man. And so here is the Zonda. So there is a Zonda. It wasn't the one I saw outside. It was just the Utopia I saw outside, but still. Here is the Zonda in all black. That is just so cool. The one I saw back in England was silver, but to see this one in all black, it just looks so nuts. A little one over here, very cute. And then check out this one, the Zonda F in the full carbon. Also really sick. That's what I love about Pagani, is they do all their cars, like half the people spec them in carbon fiber. Oh, and there's another Zonda over there. So we got a lot of Zondas. But check out the Zonda F with the interior. That is just ridiculous. Check out the interior. Check out the gauge cluster. That gauge cluster is probably the most ridiculously cool thing I've ever seen. Yeah, here's the other silver one. Man, that looks good. Check this one out, the Zonda race car. That is insane. You got all the merch here if you're into merch, into stuff like that. But check this one out with all the yellow accent. Also, check the carbon in the floor. Pretty cool. Here, let me go around everyone. Oh man, look at how that whole back just swoops down. Not a big Bentley guy. I'm probably gonna, for the most part, just skip the Bentley dealership and just go straight down here to the Aston dealership. But man, beautiful cars nonetheless, even if they're not my style. But look at this beauty. And here we go with the Aston Martins. I'm a more fan of a classic Aston Martin spec, but check the orange on this. Very similar to the orange we saw at the other car show on the Mclaren. But look at that, the paint flecks in there. That is beautiful. But check out, oh, is this a Zagato? Oh, check that out. Yes, it is. Check out those lights. That is insane. Never seen one in person. But take a look at that. Those taillights are just sick. Absolutely love that. And then you got the shooting brake right behind it. I love that the whole A-pillar is carbon fiber too. Along with the back, I think it's real nice. It's not like overdoing it with carbon, but man, take a look at the interior. I love the Z all over the seats. Like the whole set of seats just has the Z's for stitching. Really cool. Oh, there it goes. They got it working. But take a look at the shooting brake one. Check that one out. Beautiful. With the with the red Aston Martin logo. Such a good looking car, it's ridiculous. Yeah, let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, look at that, they have a Valkyrie on display. The AMR Pro, that is ridiculous. To see one of these in person, and the Valor. Check out the paint job on the Valor, that is, man, the Valkyrie. Just imagine owning that thing, driving that thing down on the street. Like, that must be just insanity. Those doors, like having to climb through that. And then to add to the insanity of the Valkyrie, you have a brown with whitish tan interior 177. This thing is so cool. I've never seen one of these in person either. There's a lot of Astons I've never seen in person, but this just so elegant, but just ridiculous. Like, look at those side fins right there, or single side fin. But check this one out up close. That is just so cool. And the fact it still fits two people is just ridiculous. All right, let's get out of the Aston one. As usual, every single dealership that we've been to has been ridiculous. Like, I'm just walking past the sea of Aston Martins. And now, if you could see in the distance, if I can get my little fluffy microphone out of here, the Bugattis. Starting out with the black Veyron, and then you got all the Chirons. You got one inside. Take a look at that. Check this one. I believe this one is the Pure Sport. So this is the Tate Bugatti with the 16 on the front. Obviously different color, but still, it's got like the Tate color wheels at the bottom. Never seen one of these in person, but really cool to see it though. The Veyron, the Chiron, and you got the Pure Sport right here. Love the spec too with the blue with the copper wheels. You know, as they say, what color's your Bugatti? Then take a look at this. Yeah, so that thing's absolutely cool, ridiculous, looks so cool. Kind of looks unlike any other Bugatti. A little bit of the EB110 vibes to it. Yeah, so Cento Dici. Really cool. I love the spec of the silver with the French flag on it. Yeah, here's the back of the Pure Sport. Look at that. Gotta say, ever since Andrew Tate's, I feel like the copper color on these has just become a staple. And I got the basic Chiron over here. And here we have the Super Sport. So this is the other one. You have the Pure Sport and then the Super Sport. Check that out. That is going to be everything, guys. So we're going to walk back to the shuttle and then back to the M2 and then back home we go. And then in a couple days, I'm going to be doing my trip to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. But for now, in saying that, pretty much the whole town just turns into a car show. Whereas any other town is just like one or two streets. It's the whole town. Literally, the whole entire town of Greenwich is one big car show. As we wait for the shuttle, we get one more shot in front of the Ferrari dealership. We will be back here to purchase one. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. We're gonna start with the 360 probably in a couple of years, and from there, at some point, an 812. We made it back to the parking lot, but check out these last couple of cars here in the parking lot. You got a beautiful F12 over there. You got a beautiful baby blue Roma leaving. And check these out. A lot of blue cars here. Look at this Huracan Spider. I don't know my Huracans very well, so I don't know if it's a special edition like an Evo. Oh yeah, it's an Evo all-wheel drive. Right next to it, you got the black Maserati MC20 with the carbon roof, the green AMG, and the white AMG. Beautiful F12. God, I love the F12, but look at this insanity. Look, it's got like a wide body kit on it with the fat wing. That is ridiculous. Last couple cool cars before we take off out of here. As I'm heading back to the M2, take a look at these cars that park next to me. We got a little mini Twin Z in the blue, love it. You have my blue M2, and look at this. You got the tiny little cake car. I forget what it's called. Is this the Cappuccino? I don't remember. There's a little car, it's called the Cappuccino. I want to say, no, it's the Honda Beat. I don't remember which one is called the Cappuccino. But the Honda Beat, look at this thing. This thing is ridiculously tiny. Like, it's really cool. It looks like a hunk of junk, but imagine driving like with this car on the highway at like any speed. Like, I'd be terrified of this thing. I'd be terrified. Like, my M2 is tiny, but then you got this thing. Like, if you think the M2 is a small car, this is just something else. And with that, guys, we've made it to the end. We are here at the M2. That was just absolute insanity. The cars are ridiculous. For any of you that like ever debate going to a car show, like a major car show, like a rich people car show in Greenwich, Connecticut, trust me, just do it. Because the car show itself is always nuts. There's always like the most ridiculously multi-million-dollar cars there, whether you like classics, sports cars, cruisers, whatever you like, it's all there. And on top of that, the actual dealerships always have insane shows to pair with it. Like when you take the shuttle from where I am to the actual dealerships, like I showed you, literally the entire pretty much town of Greenwich, that whole strip is just one insane car show. It is ridiculous. So I'll never get tired of that startup sound. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this absolute insanity of classic cars, cool cars, sports cars, Ferraris, Paganis, Astons, just ridiculous money insanity. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.